Okay. So to borrow from the future objective of learning target, we're going to write equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay. Equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay. We talked about this idea of parallel lines beforehand in our unit 4A, the first part of the unit we did. Okay. Okay. So lines that are in the same plane but do not are called parallel lines. They do not cross, do not intersect. They don't intersect. We have our fancy math word for it. But the idea is, yeah, they don't cross, they don't touch, they don't overlap. Okay, they do not intersect ever. Okay. Now the symbol for parallel is, I didn't get myself room right there, did I? Okay, it's two slashes. Okay, you use two slashes to show that something is parallel. Okay, because this kind of looks like two little parallel lines, doesn't it? It kind of looks like they're two parallel lines. You just draw slashes. We know what it is slashes for English. Okay. And we just say, it means parallel, okay? And parallel lines have what kind of slopes did we say?
The same.
The same slope, very good, okay? Parallel lines have the same slope, okay? So, we practiced kind of something like this before, okay? Now we're going to do it from different equations. So we said, write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that is parallel to the given line and goes to the given point. So we're going to write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line that's parallel to the line that we're given, and it goes through the given point. So here's a line we're given. And we're saying the point we need to have, the equation we need to have for our new line, okay, it needs to be parallel to this line, and it needs to go through the point 2, 3. Before we did this by graphing, didn't we? We said it has to go through the point, and then we had to find the slope, okay? So we're still going to have to find the slope, we're still going to have to use this point. What's the slope of this line? What's the slope of y equals negative 5x plus 2? Negative 5. Why do you know that? It's with the x. This is in our slope-intercept form because y is by itself. It's in y equals mx plus b, so our m here is negative 5. So the m of our parallel line is going to be what? If the original slope is negative 5, what's the parallel line going to be?
Negative 5.
Negative 5 is the same. Okay? So now, do we have the slope and a point?
Yeah.
So what can we do if we have a slope and a point?
Be done.
Use point slope. Use point slope. Okay? And just remind me again, what does point slope form look like?
Looks like that weird fraction.
Very good. Exactly right, Kelly. Y minus y1 is equal to m, or our slope, times the quantity of x minus x1, okay? So we can take this point here, 2, 3, and our parallel slope, negative 5, and plug that in. And then are we going to leave it in point slope, or what are we going to do with it?
Solve it.
Turn it into what? Slope-intercept. It's asking us to write our equation in slope-intercept. Okay, so this is where the instructions are really important, okay? So where we need to know, hey, we need to end in slope-intercept, and we need to be parallel, okay? So as we plug this one in, we're going to have y minus what? Somebody help me plug this one in.
5.
Okay, nope, try again. Y minus 3. 3 is equal to what? Negative 5 times what?
2.
X minus 2. Very good. So that's our setup. Okay? And then from our setup in point slope form, we have 2 steps to get to slope intercept. What's our first step? Distribute. Very good. Multiplying. We distribute this negative 5. Y minus 3 is equal to negative 5x plus what number?
10.
10. Very good. Okay? So we have one more step. We did one step. We have one more left. Okay? Seth, what is that other step?
You have to add 3.
You have to add 3. Okay? We had to pull off the stretch while you answered. Okay? So we have y is equal to negative 5x plus what number?
13.
13. Okay? So did we write the equation in slope-intercept form?
Yeah.
Do these have the same slopes as the original line? Yeah, so it's parallel, and we have this slope. And if we tested it out, guys, if we tested it out, the 0.23 would, in fact, work there, okay? If we were to test it out or we would graph this, we'd see 2, 3 is on that graph, okay? Questions on that? Yeah, that's a great point Kelly just made. We're basically just finding the new y-intercept because the slope's the same. The first part, y equals negative 5x, stays the same. We're really just finding our new y-intercept, okay? Because it goes through 2, 3, whereas before it wouldn't have. Great point. Okay? On a problem like number two, what form are we seeing there? We're not slope-intercept form. We're seeing standard form, the one we just learned. Okay? AX plus BY is equal to C, okay? We're seeing this AX plus BY is equal to C, okay? Now, hey, is our slope easily accessible in standard form? We know what our slope is right away in standard form?
Yeah, it's 21.
No. That's not M, is it, though? Our slope's always M, okay? How could we find our slope?
Reverse it.
Okay, try and get it into what form?
Slope intercept.
Try and get it into slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is what variable by itself?
M.
Y. So you can try and get it to Y by itself. Do you guys remember solving problems like this for Y before? Like last chapter we did that? Okay. What would be our first step?
Subtract 2x from both sides.
Subtract 2x from both sides. Negative 3y is equal to negative 2x minus anyone. We like the x first, right? Okay. Then we have one more step to get the y by itself.
Divide by 3.
Divide by negative 3. On both sides, the whole thing.
Well, wait, we can't do that.
So y is equal to, what's negative 2 divided by negative 3? Well, positive 2/3 x. And what's negative anyone minus 3?
No, it's 7.
Positive 7. We have to divide the whole thing inside both of these by negative 3. So now, what's the slope of this line?
2/3 x.
2/3. So what's the slope of our parallel line?
2/3.
Okay.
Which is an
You guys want to learn a quick little trick to help us find slope faster when it's in standard form? Sure,
Yeah.
cool. I'll teach it to you.
Sure.
Okay. So, if we're in standard form, if we're in AX plus BY equals C, the slope is negative A over B.
What?
You take whatever A is, you take the opposite of it, and you divide it by B. Let's see if it works. What's A right now?
2.
2. So negative 2. What's B?
3. Positive 3.
Negative 3. What's negative 2 divided by negative 3?
Positive 2/3.
Is that the same slope?
Yeah.
Okay. So bless you, must rain down and half of us forget. Here's why this works, and this is the last thing we're going to do. We're not even going to finish this problem yet. We're going to finish next time. Here's why this works. Okay? Because what did we end up doing with this 2x anyway? We subtracted it, right? So we made it the opposite of whatever it was. So that's why it's negative A. And then what did we do? We divided by what was with our y, our b. So we really did negative A over b. We just said, do we really care that this is plus 7 for the slope? No, that doesn't impact us at all for the slope. So we didn't even say, we don't really care about that for the slope.
Just leave it.
Okay? Then we can finish this problem off from here, but we'll do that together as a class.